Hello. I was just thinking how it's a missed opportunity to not have a dildo that represents the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
Yes, missed opportunity. You are correct. And
Yes.
I said,
Yes.
because
the
only
double-sided dildo actually for Johnson and Johnson.
because only a few women had the the blood clotting problem. Is we should make it full on for men. It is named after two penises.
Yeah.
I just say you go full on testosterone with the J&J, one and done. Right. Don't have to.
Right.
Yeah. You can spend more time doing manly things. It is named after not one but two penises, Johnson and a Johnson. Yeah.
And with this latest thing saying that getting COVID can cause erectile dysfunction and possible shrinkage of the penis.
Yes.
That,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Don't get a Johnson for your Johnson.
Right.
There you go.
Don't be a shrinky dink.
I'm saving America right now.
Don't be a shrinky dink. Stick it in something. Oh, the T-shirts just write themselves. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Shrinky dink has got to be involved somehow, isn't it? Okay. Listen, rudeness. Yeah, you were saying. I think you had some anecdotal. You said it appears most people in New York are being D's already. After somebody had a party here last night that went on forever. I'm like, okay, people. I think we need to calm down for a minute. Right? You know, what was your take when you were talking about just people walking around New York?
Just everybody, like, it's mostly in stores, everybody is like, nobody knows how to act in a parking lot. Nobody knows how to act in aisles of a store because they're used to going in and things being relatively empty. Yeah. And so now that there's actual people around, it's like, oh my God, what do I do? I'm just used to smelling my own farts. What do I have to do
how do
now?
I operate around humans? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I haven't even been in any stores yet. I mean, in a year and a half, so I haven't even dealt with that yet. But you retweeted, it was a doctor who said, since CDC announced the new COVID mask guidelines for vaccinated Americans, a flurry of right-wing accounts seemingly belonging to unvaccinated people have tweeted saying they identify as vaccinated and won't be wearing a mask. It's the new anti-vaccine talking point. Oh, I see. It's a way to own the libs and you said, so I assume they'll be undergoing a medical transition. Yeah. Okay. I get it.
Yeah. If you're going to say I identify as vaccinated, that means at some point you need to transition to vaccinated. So, okay, then if you're going to use it to try to insult people, then follow through.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Well, here's where the owning the lib things kind of the rubber hits the road, right? Because you go, okay, you're going to die, not me. Like you can not continue not wear a mask. But you're the one at risk, not me. I mean, but I just, again, we're liberals. We don't want people to die unnecessarily. We don't want to, have immunocompromised and people that can't.
I'm not necessarily that liberal.
All right.
Well,
okay.
Yeah. At some point, they have to take responsibility for their own health.
Right.
Personal responsibility.
I mean, I'm a firm believer in evolution,
In the thinning of the herd, as it were. Okay.
The survival of the fittest, the thinning of the herd,
but you had a lot of thoughts on it on Twitter. You said saying, I know someone who got COVID after getting vaccinated as a way of discrediting the vaccine is worthless. Get back to me when you know thousands who got severely ill or died. Yes, that's what I just was mentioning about Bill Maher. It's like, yes, because of the miracle of the vaccination, of the vaccine, you are not going to get seriously sick or die, so it's
right.
So anyway, but you had further thoughts. You said, if you're vaccinated and you want to wear a mask, you should wear a mask. I will definitely not be about you wearing one. Don't be about me not wearing one. So don't be a D, I think is the golden rule now, right?
And it just seems like people are just, now I will say in all the stores, everyone was wearing masks. There was no issue.
I'm going to,
Schroeder or anything like that. It was fine that way, but it was just, everyone was just weird. But yeah, I mean, I will probably continue to wear a mask indoors in crowded places just because it's sort of allyship with those who have not been vaccinated yet for some reason or another, but want to. And also, maybe it's a vague paranoia of variations on the virus.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and so far, knock on wood, it's, they think the vaccines are covering the variants, so it's, I mean, but you're right. It is such a good news day for this whole thing, but it's just, of course, you knew the people that were going to try to spin it as something bad somehow or something, with the Biden administration. I mean, like you were saying, what is this story beneath Joe Biden's folksy demeanor, a short fuse and an obsession with details in the New York Times? And you said, is this article supposed to make Joe Biden look bad? Because it makes it seem like he works hard, demands others work hard, gives about things. Excuse me, I dropped it. And it wants to hear diverse opinions, which I thought were all good. I know, I'm like, oh my God, this is how you have to stoop to find something bad about Joe Biden. It's like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that he will sometimes get angry at people, and it's like, okay, he's the president, and he's they're trying to get to decisions here,
right?
And what he gets angry about is if you're not doing your job. That's what he gets angry about. He doesn't get angry if what you're doing might affect his poll numbers, or if what you're suggesting is counter to what his instinct tells him, what his gut tells him.
If you, for instance, disagree that you should shove a UV light up your ass or inject Lysol, can you believe the people that injected Lysol don't want to take the vaccine? I mean, I'm just saying, people that shoved a UV light up their ass really are like, I don't know the vaccine. I'm going to put that in me.
Well, I hope they learned something very important about themselves by shoving a UV light up there.
And found they liked it. Yeah. Well, you were talking about Kevin McCarthy. Was he on Hannity talking about? He says, having known Biden for quite some time, does he have the energy? He doesn't have the energy of Donald Trump. We both know it. Donald Trump doesn't need to sleep 5 hours a night. Well, that's because he just did his weight in Adderall every day. Like, really?
And isn't an inability to sleep sort of a sign of either some kind of health or mental health issue?
Mental illness.
Yeah, I mean,
see blog.
Are they saying that? Well, yeah, I guess if he's waking up every night, gasping for air from sleep apnea, because his own body is crushing him, then yeah.
Yes. Well, you said just went to check, and Trump has posted half dozen deranged things on his dumb blog in the last couple of days, and I haven't heard about any of them, which is so nice. It is for someone, a tech person says it's like he's shouting into the wind. Blog.
However, it was funny that almost like within a few hours of me doing that, all of a sudden somebody screenshot one of his stupid blog posts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it started bouncing around. It was like, oh man, that was a nice, few days a week or so where nobody cared.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, but that's what, remember, Chris, I always used to say about like Ann Coulter was just one of the number of female blonde pundits that I had on Equal Time when I hosted that on CNBC. And I was like, at some point, it's like Trump's like, oh, I've got to be even crazier if I need to get attention. So this was all caps. Greatest crime of the century. I mean, it's like he's just up the crazy. And
How do you get attention? How do you keep people? How do you know who's most loyal? I mean, if they're still abiding by him when he's declaring flat out that the 2020 election was, I mean, he's just said explicitly that Joe Biden did not win the 2020 election.
Yes.
It's like, dude, we really have all moved on here, you know, except for you and, your loyal, suicide bombing crowd.
Can you be in charge of writing the response for all of us that will always just be, dude? I mean, dude. Really? Okay.
Dude, just stop it, man. Don't you have, I mean, come on, man. You at least have a few $1 million to your name. Just relax, man. You're 74 years old. Just
before DeSantis loses the extradition battle and they pull you from the dirt hole, just calm down till then. Rude. Speaking of screaming into the wind, I am wearing my squad shirt because I think the GIF I saw that most compared Marjorie Taylor Greene was Jack Nicholson in The Shining, just her looking through AOC's mail slot.
Oh, I saw another one that was her with her big grin being compared to Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yes,
that was a frightening one.
Right, you tweeted a since deleted video from 2019 shows Marjorie Taylor Greene harassing AOC's office through a locked door, calling her crazy eyes and telling her through the office's mailbox slot to get rid of your diaper while telling the office to open the door and come out. And you said, where were the Capitol Police? They should have at least told her to knock it off. I mean, she's a crazy person who belongs in prison.
Isn't it great? How do you get judged how do you judge yourself the sane person when you're bowed down and screaming into a mail slot? and you have people around you giggling at your cleverness in doing it. I wish somebody would have just peed on her right there through the mail slot.
AOC needs to get a super soaker or something through that mail slot. I mean, it's someone, the reporter that witnessed her, screaming at AOC, just said, "I've never seen a person behave like this anywhere." Not just Congress, just a human behave like this in any professional situation. I mean, it's just.
The Cro-Magnon are not really known for their ability to be subtle, so.
Oh, and on cue, she's, I think, involved in some other fraud, isn't she? She claimed a tax fraud, I think, claimed a homestead.
Yeah.
Something. I feel like the Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene comedy tour could come to a screeching halt with both of their arrests, with canes and slide whistle and then handcuffs, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Either for, and also, didn't she have in one of the pictures, she had one of the rioters with her in that picture outside AOC's office?
That was one of the rioters was there, was with her in the hallways of Congress in 2019.
Right.
So,
Oh, and you tweeted about the other half of the comedy team. When Matt Gaetz attended a 2019 GOP fundraiser in Orlando, his date that night was someone he knew well, a paid escort, an amateur Instagram model who led a cocaine-fueled party after the event, according to witnesses. And you said, what's extra hilarious? This dim mother, it probably has nothing to use to bargain with prosecutors. Yeah, he's all the way effed, right? Like, is it today that Joel Greenberg is actually in court? And
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Trump world never let him near the nice China at all. I mean, that they just, they kept him away from all the really, really skeevy stuff because they didn't trust him. But he was a useful tool. So, and now, like all Trump's useful tools, they get hauled away.
Yeah, exactly. Here's what I love about the magical 1 degree of Stephanie Miller Show separation, the magical Chariots of Fire passing of the baton. You tweeted, "Great piece about the media's stumbling in defining the threat of the modern GOP," from Eric Bollert's great blog.
Yes.
Oh, I hear Chariots of Fire. Hang on. Because Eric will be coming up in, about 15 minutes. Yes.
I know. And not to get into a circle jerk or anything right now, but I've been a fan of Eric's since early in the Bush years.
Oh, so I was for you. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying he's somebody who, who was actually kind of an influence. So being able to sometimes just talk to him, like just shoot the breeze with him every now and then.
The Stephanie Miller Show family. Look, we have little mentors and mentees and little cubs like you that studied at the knee of Eric Bollert. It's all very touching.
I think Eric would find that very insulting. I think we're the same age, but
That's okay. That's Charlie Pierce, the wizened, patriarch of the Stephanie Miller Show family. It's very, very exciting. Yeah. He is, I was saying, Rude, it is so important because it just, right now, it's like we need to laser focus. I think people are missing the big threat, even in the voter suppression bills. I mean, we've said it's all one story, the insurrection, the ongoing insurrection in Arizona and other states, but these voter suppression laws, it's not just about suppressing the vote. It's about that they can just overturn the result where they don't like it. And I think it's there's only a very few people like Eric that are really shining a light on that.
Yeah. By the way, that Arizona thing is getting hilarious because of a number of GOP, members of the state legislature and the head of the elections board are all like, this is just insane.
Yeah.
This is deranged. Actually, the Republican who was elected over to replace a Democrat to run the elections board said that it's deranged.
Yeah.
And that what Trump said about it is deranged.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God.
So he'll be getting a whole bunch of death threats, no doubt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe Trump is now just a filthy blogger like you, pretty much.
I know, it makes me feel, I feel like my profession has just been demeaned.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's not befitting your office. Okay. Love you, Rude Pundit. If you have not heard of the Sexy Liberal Podcasting Network, your podcasting superstation, you suck. I mean,
Yes.
we have the smartest, funniest liberals in the country. Stephanie Miller's Happy Hour. We have John Fugelsang. We have Hal Sparks, Frangela, Final Word and Idiot of the Week. We have Bob Cesca. Oh my God. We have Jody Hamilton from The Bunker. We have Start Me Up with Kimberly Johnson. We have Unprecedented. We have the smartest, funniest podcast, period. Get it now. SexyLiberal.com.